Hello, my friends. Welcome to God Focus this morning. The title of today's episode, Supernatural Turnaround. Things often appear bleak to our natural eyes. We find our situations look impossible. Our flesh can easily fall into fear and doubt if we do not fight it. But when it is the darkest, that is when the light of hope can shine the brightest. We find our situations are in need of a supernatural turnaround. Our God is the God of impossible, a God of miracles. People often say that we do not see miracles like we used to in the churches. Maybe people stopped expecting miracles. Maybe we got too self-sufficient and stopped relying on God to take care of our situations until they get so big that we cannot do anything else but give them to Him to fix. Many stories in the Bible looked like worst-case scenario, like there was no way out of the situation for God's people. Earthly death was imminent. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. Then there was a supernatural turnaround. What the enemy meant for bad, God turned it around. Daniel came out of the lion's den without a scratch. This proved to the people who was truly God. The 3 Hebrew men were thrown into the fiery furnace. It wasn't bad enough that it was a fiery furnace, but it was heated up 7 times hotter than normal. So much so that the ones that threw them in died from the heat. But there was a supernatural turnaround. They were not in the fire alone. We never are ever alone in our fiery trials, even when it feels like we are. The children of Israel were standing at the Red Sea, boxed in on 2 sides by mountains, of the enemy closing in behind them. But there was suddenly a supernatural parting of the water. They crossed on dry land. Our God pays attention to every detail. He knew that the land had to be dry for them to cross, or they would have been stuck in the mud with their carts and their wagons. The supernatural turnaround left them safely on the other side of the Red Sea, with their enemies covered by the massive walls of water. Jehoshaphat was under threat from 3 armies coming from 3 directions. It looked like there was no hope for him and his army. Imagine 3 armies against 1. In the natural, that would have been almost impossible to win. But God intervened and gave them a supernatural turnaround. God's intervention left all 3 armies dead and Jehoshaphat's army to collect the spoils. Every one of us at some point has faced something that we needed God to step in the middle of with a supernatural turnaround. He is in the saving business. He does not wish for His people to suffer. One lesson that we can take away from resistance is that it makes us grow stronger. Trees in an enclosed environment without wind will never be strong. When a young tree is whipped around by the wind of a storm, it makes tiny tears and cracks in the wood. The tree then must repair those places. It speeds growth to those tears. This fortifies the tree so that it can grow stronger. The wind makes the tree stronger, just like our adversities give us strength. We too would never grow spiritually without the opposition of the enemy. We grow stronger by repairing the vulnerable spots that the enemy has attacked us in, so that when he comes again, we will not be vulnerable to his attack. Every attack of the enemy is potential for growth. God will allow things to make us stronger. We have to ride out the storm. But He will protect us from danger and give us a supernatural turnaround when we need it. All we have to do is keep our focus on Him and obey His words. Thanks for watching. Until next time, be bold, be brave, and keep your God focus. Like, share, and subscribe for more encouragement. Have a wonderful weekend.